Welcome to Donington Park for the final rounds in the BRSCC Mazda MX-5 Championship. Ben Short starts on pole position from John Langridge, but it's reigning champion and championship title contender Will Blackwell-Chambers who starts down in 9th place. What can he do from here? Can he emulate his success from last year where he took the championship at the final round? Lyndsay is caught up with the other championship contender, Samuel Smith.
Thanks, Lloyd. Indeed, I am here with Sam, the championship contender. Now, Sam, you're 6 points behind Will at the minute. Is it still a friendly rival in the camp?
It's still friendly rivalry, yeah. Nothing's won yet, so I'm in a better position than he is. I'm feeling good, better than he is, I think. So I've just got to go out there and do as well as I can and make sure the blue car's behind me for a change. So.
Now, obviously, this is a bit of a tricky situation because you're actually starting higher than Will for a change in the championship. So are you ready for this?
Yeah, absolutely. Bring it on. So Will's 9th, I think. I'm 4th, so I'm in a much better position than he is. He's in a messy part of the grid, so no doubt he'll get through him within 2 corners, but I could do with a bit of luck this season, and this is my chance. I'm fast enough. I feel good, so yeah, ready for it.
Brilliant. Well, we'll wish you the best of luck.
The Mazda MX-5 Championship of 2018 comes down to these last 3 races of the year. Ben Short and John Langridge on the front row of the grid from Oliver Allwood and Sam Smith. Brian Trott and Jason Greatrex from Paul Bateman and Stephen Foden. Will Blackwell-Chambers goes on row 5 alongside Michael Fisk from Ben Hansey and Sebastian Fisher. Eric Blixt and Matt Pollard from Marcus Bailey and Clive Poles. Charlie Burge is beside Jack Brewer with Martin Tolley and Adam Craig, then Clive Chisnell and Mike Comber. Adrian Burge is beside Ivan Leary. Christina Holly is beside William Hayden. And then we have Charlie Rawls, Nick Ledoyen, Scott Leach, Russ Lyndsay and Oliver Robinson. This is going to be a really interesting battle with several drivers trying to make their way up through the field, particularly Oliver Robinson there in P31. He will not be as low as that by the time the checkered flag falls if he's got anything to say about it. Ben Short's got a few scores to settle. He wants to win this here, but then we've got Sam Smith in P4 and Will Blackwell-Chambers in P9. The title showdown is on, and away we go, and Blackwell-Chambers is taken to the grass as they squabble away down to the first corner. Short's got the best start. Langridge is in there in 2nd position. Then it's Allwood. Smith trying to come around the outside of him, and tucking in behind is Jason Greatrex. Through turn 1, Foden goes beside Trott, Bateman goes beside Blackwell-Chambers. We're on board with Adrian Burge. That's Ivan Leary behind us. So Leary battling away. Charlie Rawls in the mix there as well as they drop down through the Craner curves for the first time. The championship is on the line, but everybody else wants to battle for the last 3 races of the year. They want to take some trophies to put on their mantelpiece over the winter. That's Jack Brewer getting up on the inside there as he makes the move, and so too a good lunge there from the 54. That is a bold move for Marcus Bailey, struggling off the start. We're on board with Clive Chisnell. That's Martin Tolley in front of us. So Martin Tolley is causing a bit of an issue for Chisnell as they come up towards McLean's for the first time, trying to dive up the inside. Still a lot of jockeying for position as Mike Comber has made a good start. He's made up several places of his own. And in there is Adrian Burge trying to get in round the outside of Will Hayden as he goes long on Clive Chisnell through Coppice. Great racing at the front, great racing in the mid-pack as well. Ben Short leading the way down the Starkey Straight. They come up and over the crest, and John Langridge trying to find a way to the inside line, but has to go to the long way round instead into Goddard's to the final chicane. Smith is crucially in P3, while Blackwell-Chambers is behind Jason Greatrex, Brian Trott, and Oliver Allwood in 4th, 5th and 6th. So Blackwell-Chambers down in 7th. Smith, that man that we're watching as we ride on board with John Langridge, is in P3, and that's great for Smith. It looks like he could get the points lead at the end of this race. So Langridge running in P2 as they go through Redgate for the 2nd time. Plenty of racing still to go. 20-minute races in the Mazda MX-5 Championship. And so far, so good for Ben Short. He leads. John Langridge 2nd. Smith is 3rd. Jason Greatrex there running in 4th position. Had some good races this year, Jason, but he wants to chop across. Callum is not here yet. He'll be joining the circuit tomorrow. So Jason is having to fly the flag for the Cardiff posse at the moment. But Ben Short leads the way. On board with John Langridge once again. The Engine Room Website's car still doing very well as he runs there in 2nd position. He's going to go for the lunge while Ben Short's going to move to cover him off. Not a full campaign this year for Ben Short, but he's come back to settle a few scores. That's Brewer battling away with Craig and Mike Comber. Mike Comber up the inside. Another good move there on the inside of Adam Craig, and it looks like the 94 is going to try and come with them as well. That, of course, is the car belonging to Charlie Burge. So Burge trying to get in on the inside. Martin Tolley has already slipped back behind them all. So Mike Comber making progress as Ben Short takes the whole field with him as he slides from one line to the other. John Langridge trying to get up the inside into the final chicane, and Langridge is through. So John Langridge takes the lead in the number 5. High 5 up at the front of the field. Good work from Langridge once again. Many times this year, He has proved to be the best of the rest behind Sam Smith and Blackwell Chambers. Today, that's not going to be his policy. He wants to win. Ben Short's going to dive to the inside, though. Braking hard for Redgate. Perfect from Ben Short. What a way to fight back. Really nicely done. So there is back into the lead Ben Short. Just a corner after losing it. John Langridge is going to have to retaliate. Second position. Sam Smith third. Greatrex fourth. Brian Trott in fifth position. We're waiting for a move as Allwood has slipped in behind, down in sixth position as he battles away with the likes of Steve Foden and Will Blackwell Chambers. Down in eighth position now, Blackwell Chambers. Great news for Smith, bad news for Blackwell Chambers. Teammates at MCR, this is not quite where we expected either of them to be. We're on board with Langridge in second place behind Ben Short, but not leading the race. Ben Short is the man in front at the moment. Langridge, second position, trying to work his magic back. Now, the last lap, we found that he had got a good run off of Coppice Corner and made his lunge into the final chicane. Sam Smith's gone with him this time. If he's got good momentum, Ben Short shouldn't have to... Well, he's having to defend valiantly. You can see, look, he's practically flirting with the white line down the back straight. He is not going to let anybody get through to the inside of the chicane again. That's not happening. Into the braking zone for Goddards. And it's Short, Langridge, Smith, Jason Greatrex, and then it is Brian Trott. Jason Greatrex has got a good move this time. As they come over the line once more. Down over the start-finish line, Jason Greatrex goes for the inside line. Surely he's going to get a good run into Redgate. He's going to have to commit to it, but Smith pulls out to move across. Langridge pulls out. He thought he had a move on Short. Very late lunge from all of them as they end up going ultra-defensive rather than offensive. So Short, Langridge, Sam Smith, Jason Greatrex, Brian Trott is the top five. Then it's Allwood in P6. But as these five continue to tussle, they are going to get closer. And Blackwell Chambers has got back past Steve Foden. There he is in the background, the blue and white car in seventh position. It's the white and blue car, respectfully, of Oliver Allwood that's just a nose in front. We're on board with Adrian Burge. Dropping down to the old hairpin. That's Oliver Robinson. I did say he was going to charge his way through the field. I didn't think he'd do it that quickly. He's charged his way through past several cars. And now, we've had to back out of the throttle. Nick Ledoyen might get a run round the outside. Nick's going to commit to it. Go on, Nick. Go on. Roll your sleeves up. Keep the power on. And he's done it round the outside of Schwartz Curve. Up towards McLean's once again. Nicely done. Now, good jockey for position for the lead now. All seven of them. 8 of them in a line. Short holding onto the inside line. Langridge going to the right side. They're going to be side by side as they reach the corner. Short's going to cut across in the braking zone. Careful not to pull right across the nose as Trott defends from Blackwell Chambers through the S's. They're all going to bunch up together as a result of going through very closely together. So this means that the 8 of them are all going to be sliding around. That's Bateman further back. Langridge just jockeying in behind Short. Langridge tries to go for the move. Can he get there on the inside line? I was just trying to look back at the gap behind them and the gaggle of cars further back from 9th downwards. That was Bateman in front of Fisk. They'll just come into view. There they go. And then the rest of the field swarming around. But Ben Short leads. Langridge in second. Third is now Jason Greatrex. He's got past Sam Smith. So Jason Greatrex is going to try and get himself up into second position if he can get a good run. Oliver Allwood got past Brian Trott and now is on the back of Sam Smith. So they're jostling for position all the way round. We're on board with Langridge. This is second place battling for the lead. Little bit of a nudge to Short. Up to the braking zone. Short's going to cover the inside. Oh, we've got into the back of Short. Hang on, guys. Hang on to it. Goodness me. John Langridge puts his hand in the air as if to say sorry. But here comes Jason Greatrex. He now dives up the inside. Jason Greatrex. And now Smith's gone into the back of him. Allwood's gone in the back of him. They're loading, to use a karting term, as they go through. Now they're going to go 3 wide for third position. Allwood on the far right. Up the middle is Sam Smith. And on the far left is John Langridge. Jason Greatrex has got past them all. And Short leads the way. Wow, that was very nearly 4 or 5 cars off into the gravel trap at Coppice Corner. They just about got away with it. Now Allwood dives for the inside of Langridge, gets the place. Trott's going to hang in behind. He drops off the curb, so there might be a chance for Smith to break through, and he has. So Smith has got past Brian Trott. Wow, that was a very fierce jostle for position, but it means that Short is now leading Jason Greatrex. Then it is the 63 of Allwood, Langridge, Smith, Trott, Blackwell Chambers, and Steve Foden. And now closing in on them is Bateman, Fisk and Fisher. Really good battle behind. And it could well be an absolutely encapsulating charge of cars as they sweep through. A mass of Mazdas sweep up to the old hairpin. I think that is the collective term. We'll have to look that one up in the Oxford English Dictionary. If it's not there, it certainly should be. Blackwell Chambers trying to tuck in underneath Brian Trott and make the move up the hill into the braking zone. Oh, Blackwell Chambers not quite in the speed zone he wants to be in. The car just not working the way that he needs it to be at the moment, where he should be going. Sam Smith is 2 places up the road, which isn't too bad, but he's not really in a position to be able to give up too much to Sam Smith this weekend. He needs to stay on top of him. Ben Short leads. Jason Greatrex second. John Langridge in third. Allwood and Smith to the braking zone for Goddard's. Right, left. Trott and Blackwell Chambers together as they come through. Foden in 8th. 9th, it looks to me to be Fisk now in front. Is that Fisk ahead of Bateman? Not quite. Bateman is still there. And Fisk is in front of Fisher. And then I think the next car in is actually Ben Hansey, the 140, as Trott continues to hold the inside line of Blackwell Chambers. Blackwell Chambers trying to chop across and get the undercut, but that's not going to happen at turn 1. Meanwhile, Bateman's come around the outside to challenge Foden. Great racing there as they drop down through Hollywood, through the Craner curves. John Langridge has closed up to the back of Jason Greatrex for second place again. And they go into the old hairpin, through the right-hander, up on over the curbs. Oliver Allwood's close in behind for 4th position. They sweep through Starkey's Bridge. That used to be a bridge there, of course. Not anymore. Langridge right in behind. Jason Greatrex looking for a lunge to come through up the inside. He makes the dive to the inside of McLean's. The car slides. Both cars slide, but Langridge is through in a second. Nice work there from the 5. So Langridge through into P2 this time. Jason Greatrex coming in for the ride. Oliver Allwood's got a good run at the inside now. Jason Greatrex to move up into 3rd position. He's got that one done. Good work from Oliver Allwood. So Smith is in 5th position. 6th is Trott. 7th is now Blackwell Chambers. Steve Foden is really struggling to hold off Bateman and Fisk. Meanwhile, Allwood's got Jason Greatrex back underneath him in the braking zone, but Allwood moves to cover. That's nicely defended. Meanwhile, Foden still trying to shake off Bateman. And this is Trott versus Blackwell Chambers. Again, Will Blackwell Chambers here at Donington just doesn't have the pace he needs if he wants to win races. He's trying to pick up as many points as possible, but he could really do with a bit of a miracle at the moment. Up the inside, that's Smith on Jason Greatrex. That'll do nicely, thank you. And that puts him into P4 with Blackwell Chambers. P6 now. I was going to say P7, but he has got past Brian Trott. There's a mass squabble of cars further back and up into Redgate. They're all over the place. Check this out. This is Fisk now up the inside of Bateman. Foden slipped back in behind Fisher. And to his right, that is Ben Hansey trying to come through. Clive Poles is in the back of the queue as well. And that's Matt Pollard in the distance. So it's Fisk, Bateman, Fisher, Foden, Hansey. This is for 9th position downwards. No, 8th position downwards now, because of course Foden was in P8, but not anymore. So 8th is Fisk. Ironically enough, he is car number 8. Bateman, Fisher, Hansey, Foden, Poles and Pollard. Brilliant racing. Doesn't matter where you are in the Mazda MX-5 Championship field, you're always going to be wheel to wheel with somebody. They dice through Coppice Corner and back onto the Starkey Straight once again. Past the Museum Collection. Sadly now shutting. That's John Langridge in the lead. He's got past Ben Short. I didn't see where he did that, but he's made the move into the lead. So Langridge has taken back 1st position from Short, and Allwood is now closing in to try and move up into 2nd position, but Short's got a good run off the turn. So Langridge is going to send him to the left. Fine, says Ben Short. No problem. I roll my sleeves up and drive straight past you. Cut you off at the braking zone too, why don't I? Which he does. Turns across, brakes, moves in. Allwood now trying to come around the outside of Langridge at Redgate Corner to carry the momentum and speed. We're on board with Langridge. Don't think so, mate. You're going to have to try some other trick. So Allwood slots in 3rd. Smith in 4th position. Brilliant racing. This is exactly what we signed up for. Jason Greatrex is in there in P5 as well. We wanted a showdown in the season finale, and we're getting a right Royal Rumble. They come through Starkey's Bridge, and now they are going to come up Schwantz Curve, up towards McLean's once again. Short in the lead, Langridge in 2nd from Allwood, Smith, and then Jason Greatrex in P5. They swarm through together. Blackwell Chambers and Brian Trott dropping back a little bit. But if these 5 continue to battle for position, if they continue to jostle and snake around the circuit, swapping positions left, right and centre, as Smith gets a big tank slapper through Coppice and saves it without losing speed or momentum, then there is going to be a chance for Blackwell Chambers and Trott to close up onto the back of them once again. But the top 7 have broken well clear. Smith gets out of the slipstream of Allwood to try and get around the outside. Nothing doing as Short fends off Langridge and Allwood. 4th Smith. 5th is Jason Greatrex. They come off of the chicane and down the Wheatcroft straight again. Up through the gears. Back on the power, Short is absolutely glued to that inside line, isn't he? There's no way you're getting past John. As soon as John moves across to the outside line, Short gets across because he knows that it's a faster line to be on the left side of the circuit to turn in for the right-hander at Redgate. So he is compromised a little on speed, but he's going to have to hang on to the lead for the moment as far as John Langridge is concerned. Langridge is going to have to try something else. So down through the crater curves and up to the old hairpin. Short just taking a wider line. He's not going to lose anything to these guys. He doesn't have to. Back on the power through the old hairpin, but the back end comes out wide. Langridge is going to go left. He's going to carry the speed. Allwood and Smith are going to go with him. We're on board with Langridge as Ben Short disappears stage left. And we go right round the outside up towards McLean's. And that is job done for John Langridge. He turns in. Allwood's gone through with him. Smith has gone through with him. And Jason Greatrex is now threatening to come through as well. So Langridge leads. Allwood second. Smith in third. Now, is Short going to lose fourth position? He's going to have to work hard to hang on to it as they go through Coppice and back onto the back straight once again. Langridge is your leader. Allwood in second. We move across. Allwood comes with us. He needs the slipstream, and that's how much momentum you gain. Look at how much speed he is gaining in a straight line. Langridge moves across to the normal racing line, but he sticks the car on the middle of the circuit. You can't get through on the inside or the outside. It's perfect placement for Langridge, but Smith's got a good run here on Allwood. Short's got a good run on all three of them. Here they come. Allwood's got to go wheel to wheel with Langridge. There's no way for him to go other than side by side. He goes left. He's going to try and cut across at the braking zone right round the outside. Great move from Allwood. Job done. Excellent. So now Short drifts wide, trying to come right round the outside of Sam Smith. Jason Greatrex is going to tuck up to the inside and get through into fourth position. Langridge gets back on the inside of Allwood and takes the victory back again. Smith is going to drive it right round the outside and get it a second on Allwood. And Blackwell Chambers dives for the inside and gets fifth off Ben Short. Great racing at the front end of the field. And this is the season finale, these three races. It's either going to be Sam Smith or Blackwell Chambers who wins the championship. But right now, who cares? What a race we've got. Sam Smith right underneath John Langridge, through McLean's, back on the power, up towards Coppice again, and Langridge hanging on in front of Smith and Allwood. Into the braking zone once again for Coppice. Jason Greatrex fourth, Blackwell Chambers fifth, Ben Short sixth, Brian Trott seventh. All seven of them in a line. Any one of them could take the victory. 3 out of 7 of them surely will make the podium. Short makes the lunge on Blackwell Chambers. Down the back straight, he's going to draw alongside. He'll beat him to the braking zone, no problem. As Smith dives for the lead of the race on the inside of Langridge and gets it. And he runs wide over the curbs. He's never going to be able to sustain that. The speed is not going to be there as Jason Greatrex and Ben Short are diving through on the challenge. Now they're tucked up behind John Langridge. I don't think the momentum has been there enough. Langridge is easing up. Something's happened to Langridge. The rest of the field have swarmed by. Short's now going to dive for the inside of Smith and Greatrex. So Jason Greatrex slips to third. Short is on the inside for second place. Smith holds on to the lead for the moment, but how much longer can he hang on to this? Brian Trott now through into fourth position as well. Great moves from Trott. Allwood is side by side with Langridge for sixth position. Blackwell Chambers safe in fifth for the moment. Trott is fourth. Jason Greatrex is third, and it's Short and Smith battling for the victory as Allwood gets on the inside of Langridge. Blackwell Chambers nudging Trott. Come on, Brian, put your foot down. They sweep through Starkey's Bridge again. Langridge has got good power and pace on the back of Allwood. A few love taps as they come through Schwartz Curve and up towards McLean's once again. Back on the power. This is sensational stuff. Blackwell Chambers right in behind Brian Trott. Allwood breathing down his neck as well. Is Allwood going to make the move? Yes, he does. Locks up the brakes. Chucks the car in. Thank you, Will. That'll do for now. So John Langridge is going to get alongside Blackwell Chambers as well. If he gets a good run off of Coppice, he'll make the lunge up into sixth position. But it's still Sam Smith, potential new championship leader, who leads the race. But not for long. Here comes Ben Short, diving for the inside, late on the brakes. Thank you, Sam. I'll get the lead back. And Ben Short bounces over the curbs like a bucking bronco. Surely that's going to unsettle the car. Both he and Sam Smith run deep. So does Greatrex. Smith is shaking his hand at something. Was that Ben Short, or is he adjusting something? No idea. Too fast to look at what's going on. Greatrex now goes to the left, tries to get round the outside of Sam Smith, who's doing the same to Ben Short. Short, the back end, twitching just a little bit as he comes through, over the curbs, slides out wide. Sam Smith's going to get up the inside, surely. So Sam Smith now commits to the move. Side by side through the crater curves. Drop down through the right, hang on through the left, Sam. Ben Short's going to commit as well, but Sam Smith's going to be on the inside for the old hairpin. They rub arches, and through goes Sam Smith, takes the lead back. Terrific racing. No idea which way this is going to go, but Short carries the speed round the outside. He's going to get there, and Jason Greatrex is going to go with him into second place. Beautiful. Now Greatrex has got the run on the inside of Sam Smith. On Short. Can't keep up. It's too much happening. Greatrex now on the inside of Ben Short. Smith goes up on the inside. Allwood's now to the inside of Brian Trott. It's absolute pandemonium. Language is on the back of Allwood now. Diving down the straight. Now he's going to get on the inside. He waves his finger. He's going to get alongside Allwood and Trott. Allwood is biggie in the middle as they run 3 wide, but Jason Greatrex leads the way. Sam Smith is now second. Ben Short is third. Language tries to get up the inside of Allwood. Allwood moves the cover on the exit of the chicane. This is amazing. How many more brilliant things can happen in this race? It just keeps getting better. But we go into the last lap, and surely somebody's got to settle this. Jason Greatrex leads the way. Sam Smith trying to come around the outside of him through the left-hander and into the right of Redgate. Absolutely perfect racing. And they've got just 1.9 miles to go. Dropping through Hollywood. Back on the power. Down the hill. Yeehaw as you ride through the right. Through the left. The back end sliding around. You've got to hang on to it. Sam Smith tries. Jason Greatrex is resolute in the middle of the circuit. No chance. Back on the power out of the old hairpin. He drifts wide on the curb, but he holds that inside line. Makes the car just wide enough. We're on board with John Langridge. That is Blackwell Chambers behind us. Looks as though we're out of contention for the victory for the moment, but never say die in the Mazda MX-5 Championship. You never know what's coming. Brian Trott's hanging on in there as well, just in case. They run out of McLean's up towards Coppice, and just about intact is the lead for Jason Greatrex. He parks the car in the middle of the apex so that Smith can't go left or right. Now they come out through Coppice Corner, back down the Starkey Straight. 7 of them all in a bunch. One of these guys is going to have to cross the line first. Jason Greatrex is doing everything he can to make sure it's him, but Ben Short's getting aggressive on the inside of Sam Smith. Smith cuts back across. Jason Greatrex protecting the inside line like Billy O as they go into the final corners. Right, left, back on the power. Short could get the undercut here past Sam Smith. Has he got enough to get past Greatrex? They come to the line. It's going to be oh so close. Checkered flag flies. Jason Greatrex gets it. Only just. Goodness me, that was close. And that was only race 1. Jason Greatrex takes the victory by a matter of inches. Absolutely sensational in front of Ben Short and Sam Smith, with Will Blackwell Chambers a long way back. That sets up an amazing showdown in the final 2 races. Look at that, top 6 covered by a second. Greatrex, Short, Smith, Allwood, Langridge and Blackwell Chambers from Brian Trott, Fisk, Bateman and Hansey. Steve Foden, Sebastian Fisher, Clive Poles and Matthew Pollard come next. Bailey Burge, Brewer, Craig, Tolley and Leach round out the top 20. Fastest lap, by the way, John Langridge. Chisnell, Hayden, Leary, Burge, Ladoyan, Rawls finish it up, and then it's going to be Robinson, Holly, Russ Lyndsay, Eric Blixt, and of course Mike Comber, who retired from the race earlier on, will have to drop down to the B group. What an amazing final this is turning out to be. What a win for Greatrex.